Hello students, this session will discuss regarding organization of election and party system in India, Unit 2. So under the head of election and party system in India, we are going to discuss regarding meaning, significance of election, methods of elections, Election Commission of India, electoral reforms, party system in India, functions of the political parties and anti-defection law. These all are the concepts we are going to discuss in this unit. First, we'll come to know regarding the meaning of election. So, election is an exercise by which voters choose their representatives to hold public office. It is the primary activity in forming democratic and representative government. Election enables the voters to participate in the political activities of the state and exercise their political rights. So here the election is nothing but is an exercise, or we can say that it is an extension of political right. So we are having the right to take part in the administration towards selecting our representatives. How we can select our representative? By casting the valuable vote. So that is, it is nothing but election is an exercise by which voters, what we can do, we can choose our representatives. For what purpose? To hold the public office for ourselves only. So when we are electing the representative, they have to serve for us. So it is the primary activity in forming the democratic and representative government, where we can get the concept of the election only in case of democratic form of the government. We can get the concept of the election system. So it also enables, it also vest the right or the privilege in the hands of the people to participate in the political activities of the state. As a member of the state, we all are member of the state. When we are member of the state, we are having the right to take part in the administration. How we can take part in the administration? By taking the part in the election, by electing our representatives. So the term election is derived from Latin word elegere, which means to choose or to pick out or to select. So the literal meaning denotes that to choose. Whom to choose? Representatives. Then election is the process. It is a continuous process by which modern representative democracy has been operating since 17th century. It is existed since from 17th century as a formal mechanism. It is one of the formal mechanism of selecting or rejecting a person for public offices. So we are having the right to elect the representative as well as to get down the representative if they are acting against our interest. Voting was used in ancient Rome, Greece and Rome to select Roman emperors and holy popes. So earlier also in a medieval age, the concept of election was existed to elect the emperors as well as the popes regarding the administration of the state organization. So in a election system, political parties plays a significant role in the election. The voters, by exercising their franchise, elect political party of their choice to form the democratic government. The government elected as such is called popular government. What is the popular government? So the popular government is a government elected by the people on the basis of the majority. So the political parties plays a very significant role. Whichever party gets the majority in the election, that party is having the power to form the government. That party is having the power to form the government. That is called as popular government because the people have elected that party to run the administration. Apart from that, election enables people to be conscious of their rights and duties and stimulates the interest in public affairs and develops public spirit. So it is very essential. Not only it is an extension of the political right to take part in the administration, apart from it creates the awareness in the minds of the people whom we should cast the vote, how we can get the benefit from the state organization, how we can get the privileges from the state organization, how we can exercise our our rights, how we can accept our duties. These all are the concept we can come to know with the help of the election system. So election system not only enables to take part in the election, to elect, to choose our representative, apart from it creates the awareness regarding the creates the public spirit in the minds of the people at large. In a democratic political process, elections are held regularly. So oftenly the elections will held according to the nature of the constitutional framework. There are different types of elections. First one, general election, midterm election, re-election and by-election. These are the four types of election. So first one, general election is held periodically once in a 5 years. Once in a 5 years, where all the eligible voters on the basis of universal adult franchise exercise their voting right in the election. So the general election means the person who has attained the age of 18 years is having the right to take part in the election by casting his vote. That vote is known as universal adult franchise right. The term of 15th Lok Sabha spans from 2009 to 2014. That is known as the first general election. Then midterm election, the second type of the election, midterm election. It is conducted when the house is dissolved before the completion of its term. So here the organization of the legislature is functioning with the help of two houses. One is the Lok Sabha, another one is the Rajya Sabha. Previous year we come to know the functioning of the legislature, organization of the legislature. So here the legislature is functioning with the help of two houses, that is the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. So the Lok Sabha is in the nature of dissolution, that is known as the ending the term before the completion, that is the dissolution. So it is not permanent like the Rajya Sabha. So here before the completion of the term of the Lok Sabha is 5 years. Before, if the term come to an end, under such circumstances arises when the ruling party fails to win the vote of no confidence and when no political party is in position to prove its majority on the floor of the house, the midterm election will be held. So that is known as midterm election. Then the third one, re-election. Re-election is held when the elections are concentrated due to irregularities like booth capturing, threatening and bribing voters and polling staff. These incidents may occur in a particular booth or polling station or in the entire constituency. So due to the malpractice in the constituencies. So under such circumstances, re-election will be held. Then the fourth one, by-election is held generally to fill the vacancy arising due to the death or resignation or disqualification of an elected member. If any member due to the death or due to any reason, if the post fall vacant, under such circumstances by-election is held then to fill the vacant post. So these are the four types of election. First one is general election, second one is the midterm election, third one is the re-election, then the by-election. These are the four types of the election. Then we'll come to know the significance of the election, why the election plays a very vital role. What is the significance? So first of all, the election is the very foundation of democratic form of the government. Otherwise we can say that the very success of the democratic form of the government is based on well organized election system. Then the second one, it is the key component to provide the justice and freedom to all without any discrimination. Another thing relating to the significance of the election, it provides it vests the political right in the hands of the all the people whoever has attained the age of 18 years irrespective of any ground. So that means without discrimination on any ground, whoever has attained the age of 18 years, all are entitled to take part in the election. It vests the power in the hands of the people at large without any discrimination. So it is designed to create a popular government. popular government means what? It represents the will of the people. It represents the majority will of the people. So it also very essential. It represents the will of the people. For that purpose, the election is very essential to run the efficient administration. Then it gives a citizen an opportunity to have one's voice heard, a choice by which one should be governed. This enhances the self-respect and the dignity of the citizen to realize their importance in forming the government. Apart from that, it also realizes, it provides opportunity to all the people to take part in administration, as well as they are having the right to form the government. It imparts political education and training to voters to actively participate in the activities of the nation. It protects the interest of the minorities by providing the representation in the legislature. So it not only protects the interest of the majority class of the people, with the help of the election, the minorities also get the protection with the help of minority representation. Election reinforces the stability, legitimacy of the political community by bringing together citizens of the nation and helps to facilitate socio-political integration. So not only it enables the individual to take part in the administration by casting the valuable vote to elect the representative. Apart from it, also vests the power in the hands of the minority to place their representation by selecting their own representatives. That means it also provides the minority representation. Apart from it, also establish the stability as well as legitimacy of the political community. Then apart from it, also binds the citizens of the nation and creates integration among the people. We all are belonging to this nation. It also creates the awareness in the minds of the people. We belongs to this nation, we are having the right to take part in the administration. With that, it makes the political integration among the people. Apart from it, makes the representatives to be accountable for their performance in office and conduct. So not only the people are having the right to take part in the administration to elect the representative, those representatives are accountable to the people, because the people are elected the representatives. The representatives are responsible to whom? They are responsible to people only. So whenever any questions from the people, so they are accountable. They have to give the answer for their own action during the time of any of the action they have rendered in the public office. They only responsible for their action. So it contributes to the continuation of democratic government and enables the peaceful transfer of the power. So it not only creates any kind of the revolution, peaceful transfer of the power or shifting of the power from one party to the other party. That way here it will not create any kind of disturbance due to the election system. So here, after discussing the significance of the election system, then there are modern democratic system has adopted two methods of election. They are direct, second one is the indirect election. So first we'll come to know direct election. In this system, all the eligible voters of the nation directly elect the representative through secret ballots without any intermediaries. That means without the intervention of a third party, the people can participate in the administration directly. They can go to the polling station, they can cast the vote without the interference of any third person. That is known as direct election. So people directly can cast the vote without the help of third person. The voters go to the polling station and exercise the franchise. For example, the Lok Sabha, that is the House of the People, and Vidhan Sabha, state legislature, assembly in India, and the House of Commons in UK and the House of Representatives in the USA are directly elected. Best example for direct election. Then we'll discuss regarding the features of direct democracy or direct election. So first one, the direct democracy is in the nature of more democratic. That means more democratic means it kept open for all the people. All the people means whoever has attained the age of 18 years, they can participate in the election. So eligible voters have wider choice to elect the representative directly. So the people are having their own choice. They can cast the vote according to their own will, without any force, without any coercion. They can cast the vote whoever they are interested. So it provides for the direct relationship between the voter and the representatives. So if they cast vote for their any of the candidate whoever is contesting the election, so then there will arise the direct relationship between the voter and the representative without the intervention of the outsider. In the second characteristic feature, responsive. Since there is a direct relationship between the voters and the representative, they are responsive to the needs and the aspiration of the people. If they do not effectively respond to the needs of the people, they are shown the way out in the next election. So when the people elect the representatives, representatives are accountable to the people. So they have to act according to the will casted by the people at large. If they go against the will of the people, then they have to face in the next election. That means they will lose their power in the next election because they are not acted as per the will casted by the electors. Then the third one, create political awareness. In the direct election, voters come in direct contact with their representatives. Voters are curious about them and gather information through mass media and print media about political parties, their manifesto and personality of the candidates. In this way, it educates the voters. So the direct election creates the awareness in the minds of the people. With the help of the different medias, they will come to know whether that candidate is having the good background, whether he is having all qualities to become a representative or not, with the help of so many other sources. This way they will keep in touch with the political organization. They will come to know regarding the political conditions existed in the state organization. So selection of eligible candidates. Next characteristic feature, the voters test the capabilities of the candidates and finally elect. Then the next one, public relationship. In view of the forthcoming elections, representative keep regular contact with the constituencies and people. These all are the characteristic features of the direct election. Then next we'll discuss regarding the indirect election. So it is the another method of the election where voters elect a group of members in the first instance to form the electoral college as an intermediary body to elect the representatives. For example, the President of India and USA are elected through electoral college, which consists of representative of the people, the members of Rajya Sabha and the members of the state legislative council are indirectly elected by the people. So indirect election is the election people are not taking direct participation. So it is the representatives are taking the part in the indirect election. So first of all, the people will take part in the election. The people will elect the representatives. Those representatives will take part in the indirect election on behalf of the people. So directly participation in the direct election. So indirectly who take parts in the indirect election? That is the representatives take part in the indirect election. So elected members will form the electoral college. Elected members means the members of the Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha and the state assembly. They form the college. That college is known as electoral college. Then with the help of that college, the indirect election will be held to the post of vice president, president, then president and the vice president elected by indirect election. Then characteristic features of indirect election. First one, selection of best candidates. So in this method, candidates are elected by the intelligent voters. This is the second stage of the election. Indirect election is the second stage of the election. So in the second stage of the election, in this method, candidates are elected by the intelligent voters. For example, at the first instance, people elect the representatives. That is known as the first election, direct election. First, instance, people elect their representatives to the electoral college, and the second instance, who in turn judiciously elect final representatives of the legislature or head of the nation. This method involves double election. So, indirect election is in the nature of the double election. Then elected representative act wisely with political knowledge. So they will act with political knowledge. Then prevents unhealthy campaign. So it avoids all sorts of evils like dirty propaganda, tricks, instigation of the people for petty issues to divide them. Then the third one, peaceful voting. In this method, there is no scope for illegal activities or fights during the election as it happens in the direct election. In the electoral process, only small numbers of enlightened voters peacefully exercise their voters judiciously. The elections are conducted according to well-defined norms and the values. Then the fourth one, little scope for emotion. Elected representatives are not carried away by passions or sentiments, nor can be influenced like an average voter. There is no chance for misusing sensitive issues for political gains. The higher level leaders are elected by people's representatives, act with the sense of responsibility. Next one, suitable for developing nations. Since majority of the voters are ignorant, not educated and intelligent, hence small group of politically educated and wise voters elect responsible and public spirited representatives. So these all are the concept relating to the election. So the election is nothing but it is a process where we can take part in towards electing our own representatives. Representative will form the government. Then those representative will take part in the indirect election to elect the president as well as the vice president. That is, the vice president and president both are elected by indirect election. Then apart from the indirect election, also provides good and efficient representatives to run the efficient administration. Next session will discuss regarding the stages relating to organization of the election or the composition of the election commission.